I consider myself a regular guy with ordinary pastimes. Hiking, camping, and fishing are my go-to activities, with hiking being my favorite. Unfortunately, a few summers ago, an incident occurred while I was hiking the Appalachian Trail that may have taken all three pastimes off my list. Despite growing up in the mountains and picking wild berries, hunting ginseng, moss, and honeycombs, I always felt a certain fascination with the Appalachian Mountains. I decided to hike the entire Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine, though none of my friends wanted to join me. I was prepared with modern equipment and my cell phone to document my journey on social media. I took my time, visiting small towns to resupply my food and materials, and by the first week of July, I was back in my home state of Tennessee. However, my ease and relaxation was short-lived as cell phone reception became patchy in the mountains, including a dead zone in which I filmed a video to let my followers know I would be offline for a bit. I had relied on my compass to navigate my own backyard, but when it malfunctioned during a hiking trip through the Appalachian Mountains, I soon realized the dangers of relying on just one tool. The iron ore in the region made it difficult for compasses to work properly, as my grandmother had warned me since childhood. Despite the spinning, the wide, flat area at the top of one of the ridges initially didn't worry me, but soon, the trail dwindled into something resembling a deer path, and I unknowingly lost the right path. I continued to push on, taking photos and videos with my phone even though there was no cell service. The trail seemed to disappear entirely at times, but as a seasoned hiker, I wasn't initially worried. I attempted to backtrack and find another way, but to no avail. By dusk, I stumbled upon a natural clearing that provided a brief respite. Exhausted and unsure of my next move, I continued on, hoping to find a small town nearby. But the shadows and craggy terrain made it increasingly difficult to continue. I settled down to eat a can of peaches by a small fire, away from the lights and sounds of civilization. Suddenly, the sound of someone approaching on foot caught my attention. I paused and grabbed my hunting knife for protection. As the footsteps grew closer, my senses went on high alert, and I backed up towards the edge of the small clearing, out of sight from any potential threat. After what felt like an eternity, a disheveled man appeared, dressed in filthy, tattered clothes with eyes that never focused on anything for more than a second. His hand was caked in grime and his demeanor suggested a possible danger. With adrenaline pumping through my veins, I stood, ready to defend myself and my supplies. I was camping alone in the wilderness when I heard the sound of someone approaching my campsite. I grabbed my hunting knife and prepared for the worst, but when a disheveled man appeared, asking for food and shelter, I took pity on him and offered him some of my supplies. After some coaxing, he ate some beans and drank water, but then he started making strange noises and became more and more agitated. When he suddenly passed out, I was relieved, but then he woke up and attacked me. We got into a physical altercation, leaving me shaken and disoriented. It was a scary and unexpected turn of events in my peaceful camping trip.